Hello students, today we are going to see session number 58. Topic is generating single frequency. Today we are going to deal with the topics, subheadings given here, that is frequency distribution, meaning types of frequency distribution, generation of single frequency, and lastly the summary. So the objectives of this session are generating a single frequency distribution, knowing the types of univariate frequency distribution, to facilitate comparison and statistical processing, and to detect errors and omission in the data. So, meaning of frequency distribution is it is a classification according to the numbers possessing the same values of the variables in frequency distribution. It is simply a table in which the data are grouped into classes and the number of classes which fall in each class is recorded. So, the types of frequency distribution are: first, univariate frequency distribution. Again, the first univariate distribution, and second is bivariate frequency distribution. In univariate frequency, we have three subtypes. These are series of individual observations, discrete frequency distribution, and continuous frequency distribution. First, series of individual observations. Series of individual observation is a series where items are listed singly after observation, as distinguished from listing them in groups. For some statistical calculations, the series of individual observations are to be arranged in either ascending or descending order. This is called an array. Discrete, discrete or ungrouped frequency distribution. In a discrete series, the data are presented in a way that measurements of units are clearly indicated. There is a definite difference between the variables of different groups of items. Each class is distinct and separate from the variables from other classes. Non-continuity from one class to another class does exist. Continuous frequency distribution. It is a collection of items which cannot be exactly measured but placed within certain limits. Is called continuous series. The following technical terms are important when a continuous frequency distribution is formed or data are classified according to the class interval. You can see an example here. Class limits. The class limits are the smallest or the lowest and the highest values in the class. For example, take the class 10 to 20. The lowest value is 10 and the highest value is 20. The two boundaries of the class are known as the lower limit and the upper limit. Class limit is also known as class boundaries. Next is class interval. The difference between the lower limit and the upper limit of the class is known as a class interval. For example, in the class interval 10 to 20, the class interval is 10. That is the formula. There is the difference between that. Okay. Now, so we have the formula for finding the class interval. Class frequency. The number of observations falling within a class interval is called its class frequency or frequency. So the summary of this session is we have learned method to generate single frequency distribution, its types, and the method of making frequency table. Thank you.